You go your holiday theme style at the 13th annual Birmingham Bowl when Memphis and Wake Forest face off on December 22nd.
Come on, ride along with me this morning.
Travel to Birmingham to see those in
Meet some of the
what
today is
You are Birmingham's best comedy tradition at the 13th annual Birmingham Bowl. Tickets start at just $30.
in the mud trail now at Birmingham. It's 5:35. Basically,
Birmingham Bowl. Southern Hospitality.
The perfect holiday season, the perfect price. Smithfield half spiral sliced ham for only 79 a pound. Enjoy perfectly cooked pre-sliced glazed Smithfield ham, all for only $1.79 a pound. You can pick up everything you need.
we have a situation in the logging business where this is one of those type of business that is not it's not any form of training for this business. Pretty much, if you got into the logging business, you probably either your family was logging or you had a good friend that was, and maybe even you made a transition over from a tree service. That's pretty much how you get into it. I say probably 80% of people either grew up in, like I say, family was doing it. My cell phone is out of battery, I cannot charge it. But if you are interested in getting in this business and all, and you like working outdoors, you better like working outdoors because you're going to be outdoors. I would think you need to be a little bit mechanically inclined because you got to always maintain your own machine. If it breaks down, that means you're not working. And if it's your fault, then you probably get sent to the house. Because most of these tool model machines is right around about $250,000, $100,000 plus if it's new. Probably anything that's running the work you running is probably at least about $100,000. So you got a pretty good chunk of money that you operate in your job for being so. You'll need to be a little bit mechanically inclined. It don't hurt to be a halfway decent athlete. It's hard physical work. The athletes tend to work out better, athletes and mechanics. You got to be a team player because you're working with different people. But if you do decide to come on and get in this type of business, you're probably going to get your training. You're probably like a lot of business these days. On the news. Okay, Junior, I see you. Got to push this old service truck out. That's what just I was talking about right there. Old service truck lost there and got. I don't want to crank this old forward, you know. We just shove it off.
Dawson will be frozen and can't leave. Garnett will try to leave if they buy. So I need to focus on Garnett, not focus on Dawson. Right. I probably should have reversed that. Because the only thing worse than a guy who doesn't really have a lot of expertise on a four-wheeler of him not leaving, the other end of that is him trying to leave. Don't worry about driving and come back.
Okay. All right.
I'm talking about the guy who wasn't sure if the gears were up, down, or it was an automatic.
Guess you got to be a little creative. He just want me to pull him under the wall, and then I just shove him off.
Rolling through the woods, no trail.
But like I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, we see on the news where they say we got all these jobs and but there's no training for it. Well, they want everybody ready to go, and that ain't gonna happen. So if the job is really that profitable, then why don't they train the people themselves? You know, basically like you have to do out here. If you're gonna get any kind of halfway decent worker, you're gonna have to train them more or less. Because it's just not that type of labor that's out there. And just like they talk about all these plants in these factories. I worked in those factories before and got hired on, which I don't like to stand on the concrete all day. I guess I am one of them kind of outdoors guys. know, but they had these guys coming in, these temp service, and they just work them. You know, I don't know, we was a subcontractor for Mercedes. They might have, I don't know, a couple of hundred people come in every week. I'll say at least about 20 a day, and just every day people coming in, they'll work you about 3 or 4 weeks. If you can't catch on, then you're gone. Well, instead of doing all that, why don't they just take a few good people and just train them, you know? But like I said, neither here nor there. Back to the logging. That's how you get in the logging business. If you're going to get into it, is to find a friend or find somebody to jump on one of these running boards on one of these log trucks, asking, hey, you need any help? Come on it as an apprentice and just work your way up. It's like I say with anything, if you're going to learn how to work, find a person that you know is the best and learn from them, because that's how you're going to learn. Like with anything, you know, a lot of your learning going to be who teaching you, and then the other part is going to be your natural ability. You know, it don't matter who it is. I could be with Da Vinci or I don't know whoever one of those great painters is. If I can't paint, I can't paint. They can teach me and make me a little better. But as far as, you know, that's just my ability. But if I got the best teacher then, and I got the ability, then I can learn. But this business is pretty simple. You pretty much just driving heavy equipment. And as long as you're willing to get up there, put your butt in the seat and work, pay halfway attention, you can pretty much learn how to run it. Run this equipment out here and all. But like I say, inclement weather, long hours, you know, it's what you gotta be willing to put up with. And you know, just you gotta work as a team, because everybody is dependent on everybody. Like most people, you know, one man can mess up the whole job if he out there and he ain't helping and ain't participating. Sometimes you might have to jump down, help a guy change the hydraulic hose to get back working. Sometimes he might have to come pull you out of a ditch, you know, because if the job ain't making money, and I work for a lot of them, that well, sooner or later that job going to go out of business. And go out of business, guess what? You're out of a job. You know, and the same way with a lot of these plants and stuff. You got a lot of these people that work in these plants. You know, and they riding the clock. Well, hey, if you're that company, I don't care if you look at GM. You know, I don't care if you GM or John Doe out here logging, or old Bubba logging, it don't matter. If that company ain't making money, you going out of business. And you out of a job, and then look where you at. But if you come to work, you know, try to learn your job, do the best you can. You know, at least when you leave, you can take your skills with you. Okay, let me get busy and pay attention. All right, Junior, I got you now, baby.
I'm sorry, man. I think I'm going to do.
This is Eugene Woods I'm working with right here today. We got another Eugene out here, but we call him Junior. So see the youngest old man Eugene that drives a log truck preaching. That's the other Eugene. One thing I can say about this business, mostly everybody out here is pretty good people. You know, you can meet some good people out here, friendly. This job do operate more or less like a family business. You know, everybody family, I say in general, the logging community is a family-orientated business. You know, I was telling my nephew the other day, is it don't matter whether you in Alabama or up in Washington, or like I met a guy up in New York. I think I was in New York, Maine, somewhere up there in the Northeast, and I seen he had a song in the back of his truck, and I talked to him. He was a logger too. You know, it's just like a little family. You know, and that's one thing I like about it too, you know. like my old friend Cotton Top was talking about these old tires, you just gotta run them till they bust. You try to keep a couple good ones on the back when it's wet like this. Come on, Rick and Bubba, talk to me this morning.